plays more and more. All the things that keep popping up on the screen do help to support the channel as well. So do check that out if you would be so kind. As in the top left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the red Terran play here representing Team Liquid. This is going to be Cure. And he's taking on the bottom side, Blue Zerg Reynor. They played this weekend in the Kung Fu Cup. I unfortunately did see the result of that, although I do want to try and cast it at some point. But it was very good for Reynor as the TLDR, so kind of excited to see if Cure can figure something out here. This is a big map where we see a lot of the time games getting very drawn out and taken to the later stages, so I am wondering right from the very get-go. Yeah, right from the very get-go, you kind of wonder, like, hey, how is this going to look? Can I turn this around or anything? It will get interesting for sure. Alrighty, kill barracks on the way at the front, so Cure will open multi-racks, and he is getting gas with it. We've seen a couple of people doing this without gas lately and kind of going into a few Marines and pressuring with that and kind of shifting things about a little. So, like I say, shifting things around for a little while here. As you can see, the Reaper and the Orbital coming up. The barracks in production, getting started for now. As we get settled in, hatch gas and spawning pool all getting built up as well. And the first two Reapers on the way out. The SCV stepping away from the front door. And yeah, hatch gas and pool coming through. The drone just on the way in. A couple drones going to transfer down to the low ground on the natural there. Get that rolling. The Reapers just building up as well, so bringing all of that through. Overload coming about. As you can see, the Reaper production will continue for a little bit, so nothing really too crazy. A few drones in the link speed coming in here in this Monday Cup. Edition 61, by the way. We're into the 60s well and truly now. Excited to see what happens as we continue through the 60s and make our way to that ever crazy number of 100. As you do see the Reapers getting by. A couple of those drones already beginning to drop. There's going to be 2 workers going down. You get through 3, 4 workers going down. The Queens are going to be there. A couple of grenades going in. The Reaper's taking some shots as well. The barracks still coming up. Circling speed is going to come through as well, so we just can keep on going along with that. Again, the Orbital coming up. Barracks on the way through. The few Marines coming over for the moment. Gonna get rid of one Reaper, and the Queen's actually getting this around here, so all the Reapers are gonna end up in trouble. They're actually all gonna get caught and all gonna end up going down. So all the Reapers will drop as the few Marines and the stim pack continue through as well. The Lings are gonna get up to the top side, and they're just gonna run away. And now that they don't have Reapers to deal with, they can go and apply some pressure on this other side of the map at the very least, and keep an eye on what else might happen over here. What Stimpack will be on the way through. The few Marines and the combat shield coming up as well. The extra drones coming in on the side of Reynor. And get some SCVs building as well. So SCVs building up, Marines on the way. Just have ourselves the refinery still coming through. Going to be finishing very shortly from Cure. Again, with those extra Marines building also, we are getting close to a lot of bio that's going to be able to get on the map and start harassing. We see the Rotron already coming through from Reynor, so you see the idea from him, at the very least to start out with, is going to be get to some defensive roaches here. Get those set up initially. We get the Zerglings coming on as well. The Overlord is coming up. Factory building. Marines will try and step out, get towards the Zergling there initially, but doesn't really find too much of anything just yet. As, like I say, kind of waiting on this Roach Roaring to see However, really going in the next few moments of this game. Marines still pushing the Lings around. Just for now, here and there, a little bit of aggression. Impact and combat shield all finishing. That factory coming through, a couple of additional SCVs coming up. And that layer on the drones will be on the way in also, as the Marines need to be careful. And just got the Zerglings are kind of threatening around the side there, so yeah, Wings are actually going to come straight through and get themselves a couple connections, get themselves rid of a few Marines. The Marines still trying to step forward. This is extremely dangerous. They have no easy way home apart from just running home, but if they get caught by Lings in their retreat, then you end up in trouble. We do have roaches out, so if they step too far forward, they're in trouble. They are going to make their way back around the left-hand side instead. It looks as though those Marines are going to be able to get out of there for the moment, able to escape for now. What is this map? This is Mothership. It's a 3-player map. Honestly, one of the better 3-player maps we've had. Probably the best 3-player map that's ever made ladder, so it's large. It actually encourages a lot of macro games. There's not a lot of imbalance in spawn locations, honestly, compared to your typical 3-player map. So, and it looks like a Mothership, so it is named aptly. This Marine count has grown, by the way, from Cures, so he's still pushing forward with a ton of Marines. The Lings wanting to threaten the idea of catching this Marine force as it steps onto the creep spread right now. Like I say, we've got some roaches available. Is that enough, plus the Lings, to kind of overpower the Marine army? It's tough, right? The Marines are not going to commit too far forward. It's amazing what Kira is doing just for the presence of these Marines on the map. The Lings will threaten the counter, but there's going to be units back at home as well, so I don't think they're going to do anything. Already turning away from the natural. They're not going to do anything at all. Attack upgrade will be building through as well. We get the Marines still coming up, tank on the way. Another barracks coming through. Roaches and roach speed building as well. Marines will load back into the medevacs now, as we just have the extra roaches all coming up. Setting up on that right-hand side. Again, roach speed will be halfway through. And just have the rest of these roaches coming back over. The Marines are going to step on over. The Marine tank medevac coming up as well. Armor upgrade coming by. And a couple of medevacs will make their way down into this main base in the next couple of moments. Some drop play from Kieran. We're going to see the defense of Reynor tested a little in these next few moments to see where we go. I was so impressed with just how Kieran was able to stand on the map and be threatening without putting his units in danger. And now there's drop in the main base. Going to see some success. He's also pushing the right side. On the right side, we have all these Marines that are unprotected by medevacs, but is it actually enough for Reynor defensively? No. He is not going to have enough there as these Marines get pulled back. We needed just a few extra units to show up. We're starting to lose drones. Just starting to get the defense on this, but my goodness, that is a pretty crazy set of circumstances, to be honest. Thought that was going to be a... I actually thought this was going to be a much easier defense from Reynor, but he just kind of got outnumbered in 2 different locations. He does at least kill everything on the right side. The negative of that was it attacked in without medevacs. But yeah, he really just kind of got out of position. Like, he underperformed in both locations. Both drops from, or both pushes from QS saw success. And that's a major win at this point of the game, as the Engineering Bay and Armory both coming up. Marine Tank Medevac coming through. We have ourselves the Ling Roach gathering up as well. As we take a few moments and just going to have ourselves the rest of that. Well, this Medevac just full of Marines hanging about. +1 missiles, +2 coward base coming through. Going to try and drop in toward the main. Not going to see too much success just yet. Drones in the infestation pit coming about. Marines will again try and get down to this hatchery. This 4th is dead. I mean, Kira is just playing like sheer firepower of Marines right now, and he has a lot of them. And so far it's working extremely well for him, as he's also heading into the couple of Widow Mines now to accompany this army. It's interesting going Widow Mines. He is playing against a Roach-heavy army. I think he's kind of expecting Reynor to turn it into more kind of Ling Bane in the future, but yeah, for now it is just Roaches, so the Widow Mines feel like more of a futuristic investment than of right now. But to be fair, it doesn't feel like he needs a tank defense right now, because Kira has put on so much pressure. It's hard to imagine that Reynor is going to be kind of anytime soon showing up with a bunch of Roaches in an aggressive kind of position that can see some success. So some big factors there, as the +1 missiles, +2 carapace coming through. Ravage is still building up. Ling Roach all on the way. We'll just have ourselves that Baneling Nest not far from being done. The hatchery is halfway done as well. Q2 upgrades, concussive shells, all building by. See the couple of medevacs looking to boost in toward the main base. The bio going to come through over here. They're going to get rid of that hatchery, so the hatchery will go down. Again, the medevacs will be there. The Roaches will stand strong and play defense. A couple 50 will begin to go down. Corrosive Bowels placed nicely. They'll force the Medivacs away for the moment too. Still got some extra links coming up. The Hive just got finished. 4 Vipers, 5 Vipers, let's make it. Already on the way through as well, as the Zerglings will also produce on by for the moment. So all of that on the way. 22 Lings and a bunch of Vipers already coming in. Again, melee upgrade, Baneling speed. Adrenal Gland's going to be a part of this also. Plus 3 Carapace and the melee upgrade. Still in addition now as the bio continues down the left-hand side. A little bit of drop play toward the main base, threatening once again. There's some Roaches already there. Reynor has just kind of secured up his defenses and just said, you know what, let's play into the later stages. If that's what you want to do, then let's do exactly that. So I start to make progress there. The SCVs come across. We get rid of a little bit, as we just see now the bio just pushing in. This hatchery's in trouble again, man. I don't think this one is really going anywhere, as we're just going to be seeing a hatch just going down instantly. I mean, this is rough because we just can't get onto the 4 bases comfortably. Reynor, like I say, secured up his defenses maybe against the drops and stuff, but that was about it. We now see the Lings again stopping the 4th base of the Terran, but we need a 4th base here as a Zerg player. Those are some decent blinding clouds, and they're going to allow Reynor to kind of move through a little bit. Widowmine's getting Corrosive Bowed even in amongst all of that. One of them was even still active. That's not bad, and the run-by is not bad. But Reynor needs more than not bad. He needs a big win. He needs a winning fight right now to undo everything that Kua has achieved so far. And as he lost the Baneling Nest, now he lost the Roach Roaring. Now he doesn't have production really available either. He has these Vipers, but what are they going to bring to the table? The previous Blind Clouds were good, but they need to kind of get serious work done at this point. Brilliant splits away. Parasitic Bombs are not going to stick in the center. We will get one more. So the Medevac's still getting splashed. Reynor's supply drops to 143, and again, sitting on the 3 bases, while Kira does now finally get his own 4th base landed. This becomes a very comfortable spot for the Terran, who really just kind of mass marined his way into such a good position early and just kept that pressure up. And then a couple of drops, like I say, both sides of the fight were really kind of outnumbered for Reynor previously, and just led to this stage now where he's just not really been able to contend. He's definitely not been able to keep his own 4th base alive, unfortunately. Kept himself in trouble there, and that's kept him in a very rough position. It's an extra round of Banelings. We see the few Ghosts coming up, 5 of them on the way as well. We get a few Infestors also being invested into currently, so we can get a few Infestors out. The bio down the left-hand side. Roach Ravager Baneling collecting. Just gonna see the bio stepping through. Just gonna see the Roach going down. The Ravager taking shots. The Vipers gonna drop a couple Parasitic Bombs down again. Just gonna see the Parasitic Bombs splitting about. The Ling Roach Ravager still trying to fight in. A couple of Snipes coming down as well. Just gonna see another cancel on the hatchery. Guess what? No 4th base. Guess what? With no 4th base, we're pretty much doomed. This is a decent fungal, but it's not going to be good enough. The Banes do take a chance to roll on into this army and honestly make pretty good progress, even hitting some of the Ghosts in the back, getting them kind of low. Parasitic Bombs doing their work. If Reynor was in any better of a position, that sort of a fight might have been able to do it for him, but unfortunately, he's not been in a better position at all, and hence, GG's. Kua takes game number 1 off of Reynor in the round of 16. And gets off to a 1-0. Additional Monday names, but still some names that are very, very good and who have won this tournament before. Solar, the first Zerg winner of a Monday Cup in 57 editions when he won edition 59 last week, breaking a 57 dry streak for the Zerg. As we have in the top left-hand side, the red Terran player. This is going to be Team Liquid's Kua, who is up 1-0 in this best of 3. In the bottom right, our blue Zerg is going to be Reynor. So yeah, plenty going on. Round of 16. Our second match of the day here. In the Monday Cup, again, one of the more stacked Mondays we've had in a little while. See straight to the hatch gas pool here from Reynor. Excited to see what Kua will bring us into. Over the next few moments. up in the orbital on the way in, and just going to be seeing our command center building up as well. So we get all the hatch, gas, and pool coming about at the moment. Reynor's grinding these turnies like a machine. Yeah, he seems to be into StarCraft right now, honestly. Like, he's playing in a bunch of stuff. Obviously, he's playing the WardiTV Korean Royale right now. He's playing in RSL. He's playing the weeklies. I think when Reynor was playing the weeklies, you really know he's on the grind a little bit, and that definitely seems to be the case at the moment, which is exciting. I'm excited that everyone's staying in good shape because we have our WardiTV 2025 Championship coming up, for example. So, you know, excited to have as many great players as possible in that. We actually have the first qualifier for that coming up this Sunday. So we're actually going to start getting the qualifiers for that, which is super exciting. That's really sick. Looking forward to that being a thing as well. So big excitement on that one. Just going to be seeing the Reaper hopping up to the high ground. Little grenade going down. Drones will be dropping. The factory is on its way. Reactor and the command center all coming up as well. And just maybe seeing the Queen's going to step on over. The Reaper will take a few more shots. And yeah, that link speed is coming up as well on the side of Reynor currently. So again, that link speed built as a few additional drones continue into action. Reaper escapes out to the side. Lings will step over. Queen will be there to try and help us fight for a little bit. And we do get rid of that Reaper in the end. Able to pick that off. Command center starport coming through. The couple of additional Hellions coming by. 3 drones early. Again, the early game has been cures in the start of this series. The first game definitely was true as well. Those Marines came across the map powering and were looking very, very good. Couple of Lings is going to get in after the STV. By the way, I do have an update from that other match we were watching. Here, Halston versus a laser. Hero's opponent will be a laser. So a laser comes through after being pretty down in that second game as well. A laser comes through and is going to win that series against Halston. Will take on Hero in the round of 16. So, just an update for you guys there if you were interested in how it came to a close after we had to dip out to come and catch this awesome Terran versus Zerg. Hey, what's up, Steer? Appreciate you. Thank you so much for dropping by with the 22-month resub. 2 months more. Hell yeah, on the way to the 2 years. Nipper Delagash, thank you so much for the 27-month resub as well. I also missed Chipper earlier with the 20-month resub on the Prime and Mad Alien on the 68. Appreciate you all. Sorry I was caught up in the games and adminning and getting stuff online and ready to go today. Appreciate all the resubs, guys. Thank you so much. We are on the slow grind back up towards, currently on the way back up towards 600 subs. So, yeah, lovely. What's up with Clem being inactive lately? Clem literally just didn't check in time today. He messaged me at 10 minutes past the start of the tournament. I was like, hey, and I was like, no, it's too late. So, yeah, he's around. I mean, inactive, he was literally in Canada last weekend winning the tournament. So, he's around. Today he just showed up a little bit late. But like I said, he was in Canada last week. So, he's just been traveling. And he is around and about and playing and stuff. So, actually back into the center. There's a bit of defense happening on the left-hand side as these Hellions get turned away by the Queens. And yeah, we got ourselves some cloaking on the way up. A couple of Hellions still being added on. And we just see a little bit of movement up to the top right-hand side. That Banshee going to try and get by and looking to get by in toward the main base over the next few moments. So really looking to get by over there. Into that mineral line, start dealing some damage. Roach roaring, Zerglings, melee upgrades, and look at Kua. Factories on the way up, playing into Meki on 10,000 feet. Interesting map that we get to. Actually, this is one of the most diverse map pools map pools in terms of a series map pool that we've seen so far in a best of 3. Mothership and a 10k feet are 2 of the maps that have not been getting picked a lot in the best of 3s that I've been seeing. So seeing that get mixed up a little bit right now, very cool. I remember when Reynor played this one in TLMC, I think even against Cure he played it in TLMC, and he said to me, how the hell am I ever meant to get a 4th base? But clearly he feels good enough about doing it now, letting it get into this best of 3. There's other maps he could have definitely kind of probably let in instead of this, so yeah, I'm interested to see what that means. He is taking a bit of a drone beatdown in these early stages, man. 7 workers going down, and it's never fun when you're losing drones against mech, because if that mech army gets up to a good strong start, it's already tough to fight a mech army in general, never mind when it gets off to a hot start, so we gotta start being kind of careful here as Reynor. 10 more drones going down. Currently playing into melee upgrades. His information about what Kira is up to is non-existent. The fact that his mech is currently a massive surprise factor that Kira is waiting to kind of spin onto Reynor. As the Banshees there, get rid of a queen as well. And this has not been Reynor's series so far. Kira has been playing great, and Reynor is the one with the mistakes, with the errors, and the losses that are coming off of those errors as well thus far. So it's not been ideal for our Zerg. As the Infestation Pit drops down into the back of the main base. Thermal Pre-Igniter, 1-1 vehicle weapons and plating upgrades coming through as well. 4 additional Hellions coming out of those factories. We do see the Hellbats morphing. Gonna zap down a Zergling on the ramp over on that left-hand side. We still see the Baneling Nest, the melee upgrade, and everything else coming through too as the Hellions take a chance to step down onto the creep spread here. So a bunch of creep teamers going down initially. I forgot how to announce your name again. Look, it just doesn't stay in my brain when I'm doing shoutouts. I read what's in front of me. I don't help it, bro. Maybe if you tell me every single time, I might eventually learn. But right now, it's just not in my head. Ay. And Macfield coming up, 1-1 upgrades as well as Reynor turns it around. His supply is already lacking though, as the Hive is coming straight through for him. We saw a game, was it with Reynor recently, where he was kind of playing against mech and he kind of saw it too late, and so he tried to just play into this kind of like Ling Bane. Who was it that actually played into that kind of like Ling Bane kind of late game into the Hive and was just trying to get to Ultras? It might have been Solar actually. I can't remember. We saw a game on this channel within the last week or two where it's a very similar scenario where it's just like you realize that it's mech way too late, and by the time you realize that it's mech, you're like, well, may as well just send it and may as well just see if I can somehow get to an answer against this mech army. Put that up and running. It's going to be seeing the Fuelings getting back over to that right-hand side. Someone was here 10 minutes before the games. No, he was here 10 minutes after the games. The tournament started at 12, and he showed up. He messaged me at 12:10. Like at that point, the bracket's already finalized, and people are already entering the games, so it's pretty much impossible to reset the bracket. So trust me, if there was a way for me to get Clem into the bracket late, I would have done it, because believe it or not, Clem playing in the tournament typically increases our viewership. So trust me, if there was an easy way to do it, I would have made it happen. Even if it was a slightly awkward way to do it, I would have done it. It's just really impossible once people have already started playing games and stuff. Now, the Lings are not having a good time at all right here. I mean, this hatchery's in trouble. This army on the left side is going to be tough to stop. We are at least up onto some Roach Ravagers, so that's going to help. Neuroparasite on the way. Gets a Fungal down. Might need to follow up Fungal on those Cyclones to try and get in reach and actually kill some of those off. But it'd be nice to actually get some kills. As man, it's taken us an eternity to get through these Hellbats. These Cyclones are going to survive. I felt like that fight went on forever. The Roach Ravagers not putting out damage. I guess no missile upgrades is not exactly helping them there. That means that those Hellbats are extremely tanky compared to what you might typically expect to see. These rocks are going to expire in the center, and the Neuroparasite coming up is currently about halfway done. Adrenal Glands, +3 melee, +1 missiles coming over. The rest of the Hellbat Cyclones stepping over as well. Over to the right for the moment as we actually morph the Hellbats back over into the Hellions. 2 vehicle weapons and plating coming up. I mean, upgrades still looking good for Kua here. But Reynor is at least making progress. Like, Neural is a big step forward. Having the ability to build some Broodlords is a big step forward. Is he going to be in the best position possible right now? No, absolutely not. But he's alive. Right? Like, he is still alive in this game, which is more than you could have maybe said about where the game was going to. You can see the Lings are going to look for the counterattack. And to be fair, there's a pretty wide open counterattack there. Or they maybe look for the surround. Now some Hellions step in this direction, so the Lings will not get anywhere at all. And the mech army just rotates from the left to the right, using the middle of the map nicely to go on different sides and then punch up one of the ramps of the Zerg. Lings again trying to be active, trying to run up that left side to A, see what's going on, B, potentially threaten some potential damage. Problem is, when you see those Hellbats wandering around too, you kind of need to make sure Roaches are over there to deal with it, so that's not going to be easy or pretty either. So many issues across the board as the army will morph Hellions into Hellbats, and we step down the right side. A hatchery over on this far right-hand side is going to be probably in some trouble. We actually do get some Neuroparasites down and a Fungal or two to start us off. Cyclones are fighting other Cyclones. The Fungals are huge. If the Banelings could actually waddle forwards and get involved, that would be amazing. But the Banelings got caught up behind the rest of the army. We have another fungal going down. It's actually going to kill a bunch of those Hellbats. So those Hellbats drop. The Roach Ravager chasing in. Problem is you've got Roach Ravager chasing into Cyclones, and Cyclones will do well, but with most of the Hellbats down, now the Zerglings show up from the other side, and Reynor with a masterclass of a defense with what did not feel like a great army. He absolutely destroys everything of Cure, and all of a sudden it's 185 to 125 supply. What a fight from Reynor, and what a way to step back into this game that was looking a little bit doomed for him. Not any longer. Wow, that was a fantastic fight from Reynor. And now, look at this. The Lings are in great numbers. They start threatening. We do not have really necessarily enough to deal with this. Instantly, this mineral line is wiped out. 18 SCVs dead. Ravagers will control the ramp with the Biles as well, making it difficult for these Hellions to come down here. The Infestor's even looking to get involved with more Fungals. And Reynor, maxed out, still going to find a chance to run into this Planetary Fortress. Going to fungal the left side, let the Banes and the Lings roll toward that and try and get some damage done. They will push that back successfully. Maybe even enough units to chase forward onto the Siege Tanks that are over here. Biles on the tank in the back. It will go down. And the Natural Fury remains in trouble. This Planetary Fortress went down as well. There's just Lings all over. And what a turnaround from Reynor. What a fight that was. That was absolutely fantastic. I mean, in a game where I wouldn't say I'd lost faith in Reynor, but it was definitely not looking great. And Cure was the one that was kind of opening up into that fight. He was like, yeah, I want to push up this ramp. I want to push up into you. And Reynor just completely punishes him for such a heinous act as expecting the ability to do something like that. Roach Ravager still pushing through. The Liberator here is, yeah, it's actually going to survive, I think, because we only got 2 of the Biles off. And we're going to get one more, and it will go down now. I mean, at this point, you're camping the Natural, you're camping units that spawn, and this just turned in an instant. GG says Kua, what a fight out of Reynor, what a trade. Reynor takes game 2, and we're tied up 1-1 in this to the bottom right-hand corner. Going to be seeing our red Terran player here is going to be Kua from Team Liquid. As we are going to have the blue Zerg in the top left corner of the map. It is Reynor. Who's Goblin? Goblin is a Croatian Protoss player. Goblin's always been at that kind of like challenging level of pros for a long time. Just has never really had that big result or anything to kind of be like, yep, that's Goblin's kind of big result. Like, he's always just been that guy who could maybe challenge for playoffs in certain events, but never really break through. Some online results, I guess. Yeah. I mean, Goblin was 2 maps away from qualifying to EWC last year in that qualifier against Hero Marine. He was up 2-0, no? Was that 2-0 he was up? He is in a good position. If it wasn't up 2-0, he was definitely up in this series. It was either 2-0 or 2-1. And was just 2 maps away from winning the best of 7 that would have sent him to Riyadh. Now, I'm more surprised by Classic just losing because, you know, Classic losing to Goblin doesn't surprise me too much. It's just every time Classic has signed up lately, he just loses in round 1 or round 2. Like, and there's a couple times he's had some tougher opponents, but like Classic is one of the guys we expect to have a chance of winning this event every time he signs up. And I've not even seen him in the round of 8 in like the last 3 times he's made an appearance on a Monday Cup, you know? Which is kind of surprising. I was looking forward to maybe grabbing the Solar Classic replays later, but that's not going to be. That doesn't exist. So there you go. Dayback Janky, thank you so much for the 4-month resub on the Prime as well. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 4 months. Hello, hello. And Mr. Takua, thank you so much for the 13-month resub as well. Thank you so much for resubscribing and supporting the channel. Appreciate the resubs, guys. Thank you for keeping us going and keeping the StarCraft 2 rolling out. We'll just take a moment to step in. The Reaper is going to go in after a couple of Lings for a few moments and start this game number 3 off with a little bit of aggro. Yeah, and Queen gets there, Reaper gets chased the other way. A couple of command centers coming through. The factory is about to finish up. The reactor still building. The grenade will go down. The Queen gets chased out the left side. Ling speed, Queen, drone, hatchery. Building through for the moment. Yeah, link speed will be on the way. Command Center and the starport both building up. Queens gathering together. It's going to be seen the Reaper held out the front. A couple queens will join up right now. Link speed, drones, and Zerglings coming through as we just have our little grenade going down. The queens are going to get bopped. And the Reaper hopping to the high ground for a couple of moments to try and see what else is going on. And Zergling speed and a few drones coming about as well. Starport about to finish up. Hellions coming through. A little grenade coming down from the Reaper. Queen's going to be there. Reaper again bouncing back and forth. Trying to put a bit more pressure in. Evolution Chamber. Tried to get down there. Got blocked for a second, in fact. So didn't go great. As you just see again, the Hellions and the Banshee continue to come online. Alright, so all our Hellion Banshees coming through. Obviously going to give Kua some harassing opportunities. It has been a series where Kua has done well in the early game. And that might be about to reign true here as the Hellions break into the natural mineral line. Need to start stabilizing Reynor. Need to minimize the losses. Gets up to 7 kills. Definitely not bad for Kua. Gets 8 kills in total, so 8 drones going down. It does cost you the few early Hellions, but I don't think we can be too upset about 4 Hellions at this point when you get that amount of drones coming out of the fight. Things will continue to chase. Hellions still being hunted. And hey, what's up, Juniper? Thank you so much for the 25-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate the Prime. Thank you so very much. Thank you indeed. Alright, well, the Cloak is still kind of moving through. The Banshee and a couple of barracks coming online as well. Add on those engineering bays as we commit on through. And we just have ourselves the lair, the carapace upgrade, all coming about. A couple of engineering bays and the barracks coming over and online as well. So a lot of that coming online here. That lair still building up on the natural expansion. A 4th hatchery takes place from Reynor. It's just going to pop that into position here on Winter Madness. Does save that drone. We are at the point of if you lose a bunch of drones like that, you got to try and save every drone you can. So a couple of the spore morphs and so at this stage are going to be, imminently important. Definitely something that's good to see as the Banshee gets chased up to the top. The melee upgrades coming through. Still the lair and the few drones coming about as well. Banshee getting through again. A couple of drones still going down. Going to be seeing 1 more, 2 more maybe drones going down. Not quite just yet. Queen still firing and the Banshee getting chased away. 1-1 upgrades going through. The lanes and the drones coming about as well. Just having the Banshee on that right side still trying to take a turn into this natural and try and see what we can do. Back over the left, just going to be seeing again the 1-1 upgrades and the Stimpak coming by, Medevac and the tank coming over, reactors will build, the armory and the refinery will continue to produce through. So again, getting a lot of those structures up and running for the moment. Infestation Pit and the Baneling Nest will be added on as well. 10 creep tumors being produced. Our Stimpak is going to be continuing by as the tank and the Marines take a step forward. We begin to push onto the map. Secure looking for some shoving here. Now he does have a supply lead in the game coming across initially. Like, this is a scary moment for Reynor. Melee upgrades are not quite done. He does not have... He's just now finishing the Baneling Nest, but he's going to be a ways off the Baneling speed. So he does not have a lot to really deal with this kind of wave of aggression. I mean, we're basically working on Queen Ling on the defense here. And obviously hoping that with the creep spread, you can kind of keep yourself a bit safe and buy yourself a bit of time and maybe take a good fight due to the creep spread as well. So putting a lot of reliance on that, though. As he sets up already, you can see the units on the mini-map already setting up for the potential surround, wrap around, maybe even reinforcement denial. There is a medevac right there. I thought it was a siege tank just wandering across, but it's a medevac and marines, so won't do much there as Kua gets the first siege over on this position a little bit further back. It's just putting that down into place as Marines step forward. The Queens will start to transfuse each other up. 2 melee upgrades coming about. The Baneling Speed coming in, and now we're going to commit through. Things from both sides. Tell you what, those Marines are pretty hurt pretty quickly. That medevac's getting low. I was going to say, do not let the Queens catch that. Letting that go down for no reason would be a shame. Good defense by Reynor as he pushes back the Marine medevac force to the left side. A group of additional Banelings are going to come straight down. The 2 upgrades coming about. Baneling Speed still building. The rest of the Ling Bane coming up as well, just for the moment. Now the Ling's going to try and get a wrap around the rest of these Marines. They are kiting back and making themselves as good, you know, trading as well valued as they can find. Azio Kipster, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Mixu. Much appreciated. Thank you for gifting a sub. And the generosity on this dinner day, mate. Thank you so much. Banshee is going to be sitting out overhead, getting rid of some more of the creep spread in the center then, so still making use of the tools that we've already, you know, invested into early. Those Banshees definitely getting a little bit of additional value right now as the 2-2 upgrades come up. But the Hive coming through as well. Just going to see a few more of these SCVs going down again, so it's going to be seeing 18 workers going down. It's a good run by from Reynor. As always, his run by is absolutely on point. Always ever dangerous, aren't they? Always freaking dangerous. Marine tank will be good enough to fight those Lings off once in position. Love that we've got the Vipers coming through. That Hive Tech in general making an appearance is only going to aid Reynor at this stage of the game. So the Vipers, obviously our adrenal glands, the 2-2 will be finished soon as well. So Reynor will be on good, equal upgrades and has the chance to go straight into 3-3 with Hive Tech available. So you can remain competitive on the upgrades and not really give away too much opportunity to Cure to kind of hit some upgrade advantage timings, which is something that the Terran players are almost always looking for the chance to do. Diving in on this on two different sides, we force the lift up. Cure gets punched back in an instant. Reynor with the instant shutdown on that. And now pulling some more Ling Bane back to the top. There are queens over here that get underneath the Banshees. We're even going to kill one of those for good measure. It does lose you a queen, but getting rid of the Banshees and getting rid of some of that annoyance is genuinely a big plus from Reynor. Because they are just kind of lingering on the map and being annoying and finding value where you would have, you know, liked them to have stopped finding value by now. So getting rid of one takes away a lot of that damage output. You essentially half the damage output of what the Banshees are doing. And that's amazing for you. That puts you in a much better position. Just going to see the Planetary Fortress just gets a little pick, but nothing too crazy. That's a lot of Banes morphing in. We have the Ultra Cavern behind it, so Ultras will be the next stepping stone in this game here for Reynor, as we just have the attempt to push through. Top right side, that base is going to go down, but you know what else is going to go down? Probably 2 full mineral lines, maybe 3, because quite frankly, the main base door was open as well, so Reynor is into all 3 mineral lines over here. Q says, okay, well, I've got to go and fight, because I'm about to take serious damage, but the Banelings come rolling through, and there's enough Baneling for every single bio unit. And for the second time in 2 games, Q disappears almost as quickly as he stepped onto the map. That was